Gaffer, 1-0 defeat at home to Oldham this afternoon. Are you a bit frustrated not to have taken anything from that game?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought we deserved something from the game today. The efforts of the players was very good. It was an intense football match. We thought it would be. Difficult opposition, but I thought we more than matched them. We could have been up. We could have scored a couple of goals in the first 5-6 minutes, and then it's a different story. And we just like that moment, didn't we, today? That moment of quality to get on the score sheet ourselves and really try and put them to the sword. But it didn't happen. I'm frustrated for the players. I feel for them because they represented the club with pride today. I thought they couldn't have given any more effort. They were terrific in most parts, but it's just difficult to take.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the early sort of chances. I think Sean Mikulski came back into the lineup today. Looked really bright early on, didn't he? Linked up with Jack Muldoon. It's a cliche, isn't it? But fine margins. Another day, you get one of those early goals. A whole different story, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's the kind of perfect scenario that we thought we might upset their back four with that kind of relentless running in behind, and the combination of Mullers and Sean together, muscular frames, and affecting the first ball, and being prepared to fight for the team, fight for the first ball, and we got Sean released a couple of times in behind in quick succession. It wasn't to be for them today, but Sean's first game back. It's good that a couple are coming back as well. We've had Gibbo training for several weeks. He'll play in the week, and Tom Hill as well. And further down the line at some point, Mason Bennett too. But we have missed Sean, that's for sure.
Obviously a disappointing goal to concede, but went in the break at 1-0. A narrow first half, narrow game, all still to play for. What was the message to the side as we went in for half time, looking ahead to the second half?
Well, especially at the minute, it's keeping that positive mindset. I didn't want them to fall foul of feeling like victims. Maybe it could have been a free kick, maybe it wasn't, for the goal, but it happened, and we can't go back in time. And this was about same intensity, and we brought that. The second half, we gave it everything. But sometimes when you're in a sticky patch, we've had several before in years before this. It starts with building blocks of hard work, team spirit, simple messages from our point of view. That's very important for the harmony of the place, and for people to understand the roles and just be clear about that. And once we do get a late equaliser or start off with a goal, which we could have done today, I'm sure a good run will follow, because the happiness from fighting our way through a time of adversity will come to fruition, I'm sure.
Over the second half, it looked like the side was growing in confidence. You talked about the effort, the endeavour, the energy. I think that was there throughout. But that confidence looked to be, really coming back. Certainly over the last half an hour, where I thought, I think one side who was going to go on and get that goal, and they were hanging on with 10 men, admittedly, but hanging on at the end where we could have nicked it, couldn't we? Yeah,
I mean, it's often difficult. I think it's the last 10 minutes with 10 men, but this stick everyone behind the ball, and people moan about that. I think obviously we were pleased from our point of view to have the numerical advantage, and in terms of possession and when getting the ball out wide, putting dangerous balls into the box, I couldn't have asked any more from the players, but it's landing on it. It's that instinct to land on it. When there were bodies around it from their goal, the centre halves hooked it in. We had moments where our lads headed the ball onto the back of someone else's head. We've hit the bar early in the second half. Lots of sliding doors events, so I'm not going to beat them with a stick today about it. I feel that we stay together, and like we always have done here, we face the facts. It's another game lost, but different circumstances. I'm a lot more happy with the performance than Newport, where we did have a real off day. We don't like losing, and certainly want to turn it around.
Is that the message? And obviously not our day today. Plenty of opportunities that we could have got something, but this positive to take forward. We've got an early turnaround, I guess, in terms of the game Tuesday night. Does that come at a right time where we can sort of hit the ground running, take the positives from today into that, and hopefully?
Certainly. I thought the Mansfield game, we turned up in a difficult cup tie. Could have gone our way that day. There's massive element to look for one of their goals, and when you're in a rut, you hit the bar, or you have a deflected goal against you, or an infringement that's not picked up. But what we've got to do is pure willpower and desire to pull through. There are other clubs that are in that bottom third that are also struggling. So we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just lick our wounds and get on and be the best at having a strong mindset in that bottom third to then start climbing again.
Yeah. And finally, Warren Burrell equalled appearance record for the club today, making his 447th game. Just what has he meant to the club since you've been here and he's arrived, on the journey that we've taken since then?
It means a great deal to me because his loyalty, service to the club. You can see his pride in playing for the club still, and it epitomises, the spirit in the camp that we've always had and why we've climbed the leagues, and we're proud of that. And it doesn't deter him, the fact that we're in a difficult period now, and he's grabbing the limelight because of 447 games, which is no mean feat. It's a terrific achievement. I'm immensely proud of him. He's had adversity in his life at times, and he's always fought back. And so moments like this, that's why I have great confidence in him and him as a leader in the group, that we just stride forward.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Cheers.